Hello. Today I figured I would talk about getting things done and reaching goals. So I know a lot of us have a lot of goals, but a lot of us also make a lot of excuses about why we can't reach said goals. And I don't tend to do that. I am not an excuse maker. I'm more of like a problem solver. In fact, I used to get very triggered by people who would want to call and complain to me, and I said, well, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to fix this problem? And they used to get really mad. They're like, I just want to vent. And I was like, I get all triggery. And I think that's the Capricorn in me that's like, get her done, but for real, like if we have big life goals, we just have to find the time. Now, time has been something that I've battled with because I tend to keep myself very busy. But I realized recently that a lot of that busyness is functional in stepping into what my goals are. I am working on stuff for my school, even if it's just a lot of conceptual stuff. It's a lot of bouncing ideas off of other people at this point still. But I have begun writing curriculum ideas down. I have begun to formulate more ideas in my head as I do things like walk in the desert and go to the gym. Those are the times when my brain really is very busy in producing ideas. And so I kind of try to hone them when I'm doing those things. I'm also using my time in the car when I'm driving to and from work. I'm using that time to make videos, which I'm getting out there, which in turn is getting me clients. So I'm very particular in the way I choose to use my time. I do sometimes give myself a day off. Like today, I haven't really accomplished all that much for me. Most people would still look at me as having had a really busy day, but for me, like I have been kind of just relaxing a lot, which is also important. But, I hear so many people with far less things to do than I have to do who are like, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, and I can't do that. I don't have time to do that. And it's an excuse. It's a program that we run. So you have to decide if this thing, this goal, this whatever it is you're working for is important enough to give it your focus. I'm a single mom, 3 kids, and I have them all the time. I don't share custody or anything. So I have them all the time. I work full time. I'm doing life coaching on the side. I have several clients who get several hours of my time a week. I'm coaching my daughter's soccer team. My kids have good grades in school. I am conscious parenting them so that they are productive and, turn out to be decent humans, hopefully. I am writing a book. I've got several chapters written already. And I'm working on this school and meeting people and who will eventually be part of that project as well. So my point in saying all that is that you can find the time, no matter how busy you are. There's always that choice. I also work out 4 or 5, sometimes more times a week. I try to cook, so there, nothing is perfect and nobody's perfect, but, stop making excuses. Excuses are just a way to avoid stepping into your power. See, excuses are fear of being big, of making it, of being successful, fear of being your authentic self, whatever. These are things that I learned through working with my life coach and mentor. And I knew it before. I knew I was avoiding something. I needed that a little help to find those patterns so that I could bust through them and stop doing, abusing. It's really abuse when you waste your time on things that are not really important to who you are. And again, there's a difference between relaxing and taking a break and wasting countless amount of time. I know people who have what looks like to me a ton of time, and they just squander it on nothing that to them they'll look back and be like, I wish I'd done that more, My mom always used to say that. She'd say, you know, you won't be on your deathbed and wish you had worked more, or wish you had X, Y, or Z. For her, it was mostly worked more. And I definitely feel that. But yeah, so make sure that if you have goals that you figure out why it is you're avoiding them. If you're not working towards them and on the time that you do have. And again, this is something that a life coach could help pull out, because it tends to be, like I said, a fear of something, a fear of stepping into who you are and why. What is that block? That's what you really need to look at in that. Yeah, so it's work worth doing and time worth spending. I know it can be a little scary to step into your feelings and to really figure out what it is that's holding you back, but it's really awesome to do it, because then you get joy and then you get purpose. And it's not work when you have purpose. I never feel like I'm working, which is pretty awesome. So this is part of why I'm so much happier now, is because I don't feel like I'm just stepping through the days one by one. So again, reach out if you want to chat. I have 2 coaching openings. I'm only taking a certain number of clients right now, because I want to make sure that I have all the time for them, and the attention and the energy. I don't want to overdo it. So reach out if you want one of those last 2 openings before the holidays, and see. I promise you, it can really change how you feel about everything. So let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you all later, and be looking for those blocks, because you can break them down. Okay? Have a good afternoon. Bye.